Hello and welcome back. Hope you're all doing great. Today I have a video on bubble sort. This will be a new playlist on sorted algorithms. I'll also do another one on searching algorithms where we do binary search, linear search, and others. So the first sorting algorithm we look at is bubble sort. Basically, what bubble sort does is compares each neighbors. Like compare the 6 and the 3, compare the 3 and the 2, compare the 2 and the 1. For one iteration, then it will go again and do it for 4 iterations. I think that's right, it will do it for 4 iterations. So that is bubble sort. The reason why it's ineffective is that it will, even if this is sorted, let's say we are sorting by ascending or descending order, if this is sorted, it will still compare it. So there's no way to keep track of, okay, after one iteration, the one on the right is completely sorted, but it will still compare it with the other one. So that's why bubble sort is not that effective. So let's go and write the code. So let's get started with the code. So I need to traverse through the array. So the first loop in I equals to 0, I is less than the array dot length minus 1 plus plus. You should know what the minus 1 does. Then we also have another loop. We call this in J. Also starts from the first index. J equals to, this part is a little bit tricky. J is less than array dot length minus I minus 1. I'll let you figure out what this does and why we're using it. And if you don't use it, will it still work? I'll let you figure it out then. So now, once we traverse through the array, we need to compare the two elements that are next to each other. So if once we compare them, then we swap. We do the swap inside here. So what are we comparing? We're comparing the 6 and the 3. So what's the 6? Since both I and j start at 0, the 6 is the I or the j at index 0. That's the first one. So you have array at j. J is 0. So we compare it to, if you want to get the one next, what do we do? This is the 0th index, this is the 1 index. So if you want to compare the 0 index and the 1 index, what do? We do j plus 1. I hope that made sense. So to swap, I'm going to write another method called swap elements. You're going to pass it the array, the j, and the j plus 1, the one next to it. So we will use the IDE to help us write the methods. Void means it doesn't return anything, and we're going to go ahead and remove the public. We're going to head and remove the private because we don't need that. Well, it can be private because we are using it here. Yeah, let's just use it. Best practices. So to swap, what do we do? Let's say I have 1, 2, 3. I want to swap the 2 and the 3. So the first thing I do, I store the 2 somewhere. After storing this 2 somewhere, I copy the 3 to the 2. What I mean by that is I have this. What the element I have in the 3 here, I copy it into the 2. Then the I save the I is in a variable somewhere. I now copy that I to the 3. So you have 1, 3, 2. It's that simple. So let's call the I temporal equals to array at j. No, sorry. Let's call it j. Not get confused. Oh, let's call it first element, second element. First element, second element. So you check the first element and store it in a temporal variable. After that, you copy the value of the second element into the first element. I made a mistake here. So that would be array I know when assigning it goes like this. So you're copying the second element into the first element. But now we stored the first element in the temporal, so we copy the temporal into the second element, and the temporal is the first as this first element. That is the second temporal. If we didn't have this temporal, we would have copied the 3, and we would have copied the 3 again to here, so it would have been 1, 3, 3. So use the temporal to keep track, to store the first element. So this is it. Then at the end, you return the same array. And because of this, we know we are returning an array, and an integer of arrays to be more specific. So now let's try and run this. Let's see. Instance here, the class test bubble. Okay. So let's call it test bubble dot sort. Let's give it 6.3. Oh, this is sorted. So let's give it 6312. So let's define the array. It's array of integers. Is 6, 3, 1, 2. Pass it. We need to print it, so print line. Yeah. So this would work. Oh, it's returning like where the array is stored, except it's not returning the values of the array. Okay, the ID is helping us converting the array to a string. So we see that it's sorted. Now let's say I wanted to sort by decreasing order. Just change this to this. Run again. Now I have the 6. So this is bubble sort. Next we look at selection sort. Stay tuned.